Hi guys, welcome to an episode of TN Code. Grab your tea and let's get started. So we're going to create a header and footer effectively. Um, so we're just going to run through that and you guys will see how I'm going to do this. So let's get started then. So first I'm going to start off with a HTML structure. So basic HTML here, just going to do a bit of have to have the doc type. So now we're going to add the meta tags. And the meta tag is for different screen sizes using the viewports. So the viewports go to different screen sizes so that the components can be resized to fit the whatever screen that we have basically, rather than staying a consistent size. So for example, if you have some font that doesn't use any viewports or anything like that, then what's going to happen is when we have a larger screen size, for example, the width gets larger, the font will stay the same, so it would effectively look smaller. So we can use this to make sure that things like that are kind of mitigated in that way. So let's do that, shall we? So meta tag name, it's going to be viewports, viewport, and contents is going to be the width will be set to device width, device width, and the initial scale will just be 1. So now if we want to add like some logos, which we will, did have some logos in here, and then also if you want to have some fonts that don't come with the regular HTML and CSS, then we need to have some third-party ones. So we need to actually access some third-party CDNs to get these fonts and logos. So you can just check this out here. So if you want to get some logos, a great place is fontawesome.com. You're going to need to create an account first, but once you've created an account, like I have here, then you can simply just click on the Font Awesome CDN, as you were just saying, and copy it. Click on that, and we simply paste it into our HTML. Done. Now so that's the logo sorted. Now we can actually go and get those other types of fonts. So great place to find fonts, Google. So Google fonts, free fonts on Google. So we can use some of those. So you have Roboto here, which is pretty nice, and we have Open Sans here as well. Let's try some Open Sans font. I'm gonna use this first link, paste it straight into HTML. Superb. So now we want to add our style sheets. Now, before we add our style sheets, some browsers have different defaults. Therefore, if we just added our style sheet, it might cause us to render differently for different browsers. So it's a good process to have like a reset CSS, which basically means that the browser will be reset to like a default state for all browsers, so that the styles will be consistent throughout with any browser. So yeah, I'll just note on that. So CSS. So reset. So yeah, I just had found some free reset CSS here. So I'm just going to copy this and going to see if it's useful. I mean, it obviously is useful, but yeah, so we're just going to put it into our index HTML. CSS, very good. And then we can just link it down here, like link any style sheet relative to style sheet, and href is going to be our file, or the address for our file, which is reset CSS, since it's in the same directory. Now we can link our style sheet after we've added the reset CSS. Style sheet href and styles CSS. Superb. So that's that. Now what we want to do is we want to add an icon. I think icons are pretty cool. Make a complete web page, in my opinion. So I actually haven't got many logos I can use for the for the web page. So I'm going to use an image. So I think I'm going to use an image like related to the topic, which is healthy recipes. So if I can find something like that here, and this wide selection of images, well, this seems pretty good. So let's try some of this, and so yeah. So let's so again we're going to link it. This time it's going to be relative to icon. And it's also going to have a type, and the type is going to be images x-icon, and then it's going to have href, and href is going to be the address where it's at. So and that's JPG. So yeah, it's very good. And now we can also have a title as well. So let's have a title in there as well. And the title is very simple. It's going to be healthy So let's have a look at this, see what it's like. Lovely. So healthy recipes, very nice. So now we've done the tab and like metadata, third-party font, CDNs. We can start working on the actual page itself. So for this page, I want to create a header and footer. The header is going to have the logo on the left side, on the far left, and the main title on the right side, and that's going to be on top of an image in the background. So it's going to be pretty sweet. And then the footer is just going to be a button on the page with my name and a copyright symbol. Pretty simple. So let's give that a go. So header, and we're going to have idiomatic, name escapes me obviously. So yes, this, and we're basically going to give it the rules so that we can get our carrot logo. So carrots, very good. Then we're going to have our main header. We're going to write it in all in small, in lowercase, so that we can make it all in larger case, or we can change the case if needed. So now let's style this. To start off, we're going to have a default font because REM units use the root font to style their components. So with this, it's very easy to measure, really, and it's quite good for responsive design as well. So we'll just go with that really. So HTML, font size of 45 pixels. Sweet. So just size. Okay. So that's that sorted, mates. So now we're going to create the header. So in the header, we're going to have, the header is going to be fixed at the top. So you want the top to have 0, you want the left as well to have 0. And the width, we're just going to have the full width of the page. Width is going to be 100 GB width, and then the height is going to be, I think the height should be 12 view height. And then of course we can position it fixed to the top of the page. So this is just positioning header. So that's that, lovely. And now what we're going to do is we are going to place our logo on the left side, and then we're going to place our main title on the right side of the page. So position logo on the right. So yeah, so now yeah, so display flex. Since the items that we are arranging are in a row together, the flex direction is going to be row, which is the default for flex direction, so we can just leave that empty and move on to align items, which will vertically align them in the middle. So vertical align item center, align items center, and then justify items will split. We'll put them at the opposite ends of the header. Right. Now we want to put our background image in the behind the logo and main title. So okay, so yes, background image, and just make a call to URL function, and then go to images. There you go, and JPG used, and then background position. Background position, it's going to center. The size for the image, and that's going to be cover, and basically that means that there'll be no white spaces left because it will go beyond the boundaries of the header. So now well, let's just see what that looks like first of all. So check that out. Oh, pretty sweet. Oh, there's no images. Oh, there we go. Okay, sweet. That's lovely, isn't it? Absolutely lovely. So now what we can do is we can have the logo and the main title. So logo, there we go. Then we can so definitely should give it a font size, which is going to be 1.3 Orion, and should have color as well. I think the color should be carrot orange. I don't know what carrot orange is now. I think it's ED 921, if I'm not mistaken. And then we also want to move it from this extreme left a bit inwards. So margin left 3 rem. Rem is also useful for margins. So margins, padding, font sizes, margins are rem units are very useful for that. As probably noticed, I use width and height for these because I feel like for sizes of a page, these are more useful. So because they're very responsive in the way they're sized. So, but I think these are definitely good for font sizes and margins and kind of spacing, things like that. So check this out. So we get very nice, what a nice healthy character. So, and then we're going to have the main title in the header. So main title in header. And now we're going to have a light yellow. I think that works pretty well. I think it would work pretty well. So it's going to be F33. Light yellow. So yes, fonts. So now the fonts, as I mentioned before, could be all small caps. I mean, all lowercase or uppercase. So let's make it all uppercase. So just going to put small caps. Now this is the font shorthand, so it's going to save quite a lot of code, especially if we're using font regularly. It saves a lot of code and helps it look neat. Also pretty nice to read as well. So yeah, just sweet all around really. So we can make it bold. I don't think that's necessary though. We should give a measurement. Otherwise, this definitely will not work. So let's just give it 1 rem, which is pretty much the default anyway. And we will give it open sans. So sans serif. So that's that. So this is yeah, very good. And now we are going to also give it a margin, but on the right this time. Same margin. 3 rem. Yes. Let's check that out. See what it looks like. Very nice. Very nice. I don't know. I feel that could be. Reduced. Hold on now. I think it's fine. It's fine to me. So check this out. Let's make it a lot smaller. Okay. Larger. Okay. That's actually. So now I'm going to create the footer. So let's create the footer now. Pretty simple. Just footer. And we're going to use a copyright signature, and also going to use putting a name on there as well. So for that, there are some symbols which we can't enter into HTML raw, and one of those is the copyright symbol and even the less than or greater than, because the parser for the browser will confuse it as something else. So we can simply just use ampersand. So ampersand copy is the copyright symbol in HTML. Enter my name there. Good. And now we can start the footer. So the footer is going to be positioned at the footer will be positioned at the bottom of the page. So yeah, position at the bottom of the page, and so bottom will be given 0, left 0, and then the width will be 100 view width, heights would be 15 view height, and position would be fixed. Pretty nice. And then we're going to center the text in the middle. Basically, which is my signature in the middle of the footer. So center text in the middle. So the text in this footer. So line items, center, and contents. So now I also want to have the color. So the color, when we say color we use for the title, it's going to be yellow. So white, yellow. And then the footer itself, I think should have a background color of green. So yes, solid green, if I can remember, is 227754. Oh, solid green. Very good. So that's that. Pretty simple. So let's see what that looks like at the moment. We haven't really specified a font size yet, but I think it would be better to specify it once we see what it looks like. Nice. Just something there. Put my full name, I think. So let's have some font shorthand here. So we need a font size, and we also need a font size, a font weight, and a font family. So font size, font weight is going to be 500, which is just above regular. Font size is going to be 0.5 Arial. I think that will work very nicely with this. And the font family will be Open Sans. Open Sans, Sans Serif. Check that out. Nice. So let's see what we have here then. Okay. Just enlarge this. So yeah, it looks pretty nice. So you can resize it. Works pretty nicely. Great. So there it is, guys. If you like the video, please leave a like and subscribe. If you have any questions about this video, leave it in the comments. Also, if you want to see something similar to this, leave it in the comments. Thanks for watching.